Hey everybody, today the original Paul Corona black and white fire starter. We're checking it out. Tick, 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 boom. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here. You know, ever since I started this channel, I had one goal in mind, and I wanted to get a lot of these smaller American manufactured companies that do an awesome job at what they do and share them with you. And if you've been on the channel for any length of time, then you've already known that I have a very good relationship with Paul Corona from Black and White Fire Starter. Today we're going to go over his original black and white fire starter. We're going to try it a few different ways. We're going to try it with a ferro rod. We're going to try starting it up with a lighter. We're going to start it with matches. I'll probably even try it with some flint and steel. So let's give it a rip. Pop the top off. Now you can use this inside the plastic container, or you can dump it out and take it out. Now what he's got in here is a secret herbs and spices, kind of like Colonel Sanders. Looks like he's got some sawdust in here, some really fine sawdust on the bottom, and it's all held together with wax. Obviously, I think we are not going to have any trouble lighting it up with a lighter. It's going. That's a nice, strong, sustaining flame right there. Alright guys, so now we know that it works out very, very well with an open flame. Let's try it with a ferro. Oh, it's going. It's going. No, one of the best things about this too is that that thing is so big that it's reusable. What? Yeah, it's reusable. What do you mean, Madison? Well, let's put it out and we'll do it again. I burnt the nubbins in my fingers. So there it is, guys. That's the second time I lit this thing up with the ferro rod, just like that. Bam. I'll tell you what, this stuff is so good. Paul Corona himself guarantees that this will work. He guarantees his fire starters. If you can't get a fire going with black and white fire starter, you must be underwater. Third and final test, we're going to see if we can get it to go with flint and steel or chert and steel. And I'm going to have to prepare this a little bit to give it half a chance. We're going to use some char cloth and see if it'll get going. Let's get back in the fire pit. Guys, how awesome is that? Flint and steel started the black and white fire starter. That is crazy. So you have to know the anatomy of the fire starter a little bit. Up on top, you've got sawdust. Underneath of that, when you scrape it away, there's a layer of cotton, and that is what I used to put the char cloth next to start the fire with. That is the secret to it. How long does this thing burn? I don't know. Long enough for you to get a fire going, I can tell you that. But let's get some actual time limits on how long it burns. Well, I'm going to mark how long it lasted in post, but it looks like it's going to be right around 20 some minutes. If you guys can't get a fire started in 20 some minutes, there's an issue. I know drunk people driving down the road could flick a cigarette butt out their window and start a forest fire. If you can't start a fire with this, you got some issues. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Today we went over, bam, these little guys right here. Paul Corona's black and white fire starter. This is the original one that got everything started. And I can't speak highly enough of them. It did some stuff that I didn't even think was going to happen. So a couple places you can find this: www.bombproofbushcraft.com. That's right, www.bombproofbushcraft.com. Or you can also take a ride on over to see Paul Corona at his Etsy page, and I'll put all that stuff right down there in the description. Guys, thank you so much for all your support, everything you do for me and the channel, and I just want to say thank you for everything every single week. I want you guys to stay safe out there, and until next time, get out of the inside and into the outside. Take care, guys. Thanks. All right, guys, I want to take you over here. I want to show you something that is truly awesome. And these are really, they bloom really, and they're really edible early spring. So right now is perfect time for these. Come on down here next to the creek. They love wet areas. Let me see if I'm going to turn this back around here and get you guys a good picture of them. Look at those right there. Chocolate chip mushrooms. All right guys, so chocolate chip mushrooms, like I said, only come out very early spring, and these look like they're in a perfect eating condition. There are no other species of mushrooms that look like these, so when you see these, you know that these are edible. And it's a fungus, and all these little bits up here, they have a very sweet texture and taste to them. The body of it is kind of crumbly. Now you can see why the chefs of the world, especially Keebler elves, love these things. These are delicious. They're succulent, they're savory, they're fantastic. So when you see these, don't be afraid to reach on over, pick them up, take a little bite of them. They're pretty rare, but boy, are they a treat.